Oh, hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It is time for, I know this is one of your favourite shows on the whole schedule. It is time for a craft along where we feature one of our most recent launches and all take a couple of hours, take it down a peg or two and create something amazing together. This week it's all about the cute characters, which I know so many of you already own. If you don't yet own them, don't worry, it's not too late. We're going to repeat the launch offer for you as well, and you'll be able to come back and watch this show back through whenever you wish. Now, I'm not just me that's excited here in the studio. Craig has been banging on to me about this show for days and how much he's looking forward to it. Craig, lovely to have you back. Not often we get you for a craft along.
Not often, done a few as of late, but yeah, it's nice to be back, being able to go right back to the beginning, step by step, focusing on a specific product range and doing a craft along. So I'm going to give you the shopping list, but the shopping list is going to enable you to make a really lovely big 12 by 12 frame.
Do we have to make it with a picture of you in it?
You do not.
Oh, just checking.
The intention was to change that picture before we went live. And then the reason I decided not to change it is because the team had photographed this finished sample the other day with that same photo in it. And I thought, well, it's pointless me changing the picture now because it's in there. So anyway, you can use whatever picture you like, but it's a nice, it's big. It's going to work on a 12 by 12 form, but do you know what? It's going to work through your A4 Gemini. However, what you do need to be able to create that project, if you're doing it exactly like mine, let's get that shopping list up and we'll go through so you can grab all the bits and pieces that you're going to need. Now, to make exactly what I've done, you're going to need your cute character stamp and dies, the Elephant Astic Day, Pride and Joy and Reach for the Sky set. You're going to need some A4 multi-purpose card, 10 by 10 mount board. However, what I've used is the back of our 12 by 12 paper pad. So don't worry if you've not got mount board, that will work absolutely fine. 12 by 12 bright cardstock, 12 by 12 Violet Studios tropical paper pad, a pencil, a ruler and an eraser, low tack tape, craft knife and scissors and tri-blend pens. You're also going to need Gemini, guillotine, your alcohol-proof noir ink pad. You're going to need water reactive ink pad that's black, jet black, noir black, either or. Blending tool and a dauber, rock-a-block or your stamping platform. The small one's absolutely fine. Tacky glue or tape pen, foam on a roll or foam pads, a hole punch if you've got one, ribbon and some sticky notes. The sticky notes aren't essential, so don't go worrying and panicking if you've not got them. I can show you an alternative way to use or create the project without them. You've got that one there. When we come back to me, I will go over the tri-blend pens that you need, just so that you've got them. But that's the basis of what you're going to need if you want to make exactly what I'm going to do. You might change it slightly yourself, just to show you, go over that mount board. That is the back of our 12 by 12. So if you don't have mount board, don't worry about it. You can be using that. But there we go.
Amazing. Make sure you get those bits and bobs gathered together. Now, we are not alone here in the studio this afternoon here in the UK. We have got a couple of fabulous guests, and our first guest all the way from the US, the lovely Gilmore, is on the line. How are you, Gilmore?
Hello, Joe. Hi, Craig.
Hello. Such a pleasure to have you join us again. How is it going there, stateside?
It's warm today. For Michigan, it's quite warm.
Well, it's so lovely to have you with us again. Just remind us, whereabouts are you joining us from? For any of our lovely viewers that haven't met you before, Gilmore.
I'm from Michigan. That's where I'm joining you from.
Amazing. I can see the sun peeking through the window there. Have you got all your bits and bobs gathered together?
Yes, I believe I do. I might change the characters a little bit, but because I kind of have gravitated to the elephant and the bunny. And
Amazing.
so I might change a little bit, but yeah. I do have quite a bit of this stuff.
Well, I am excited to see what you end up creating, Gilmore. I'll be coming back to say hello to you again really, really soon. And what could be better than one guest? We've got two guests, I know. Michelle's joining us. How are you, Michelle?
Hi, Joe. I'm good, thank you. Hi, Craig.
Hi. It's such a pleasure to have you with us. Where are you joining us from this afternoon?
From Cornwall.
Oh, gorgeous. Well, whereabouts? I went to Cornwall last year and had the best time.
Charlestown.
Ah, it's not somewhere
Which is, yeah.
Amazing. Good fish and chips, Michelle, right?
Very good. Lots of variety.
Yeah, the best fish and chips. Really? Hopefully get down there for a little paddle in the sea again this summer. Have you got anything, your bits and bobs gathered and ready to go?
Yes, I've got, I think, most on the checklist. I'm ready to go, yep.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a Cornish accent, Michelle, I've just heard.
That's very perceptive of you. Well done, Joe.
Where are you from originally?
I originate from Cape Town in South Africa.
Oh, gorgeous. I absolutely love it there. It's just the most beautiful city. Well, Michelle, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. I'll be dropping in on you again really, really soon, so don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Right, I need to tell you about a few other things. I need to let you know about our Weekend Saver. I know it sold out in, minutes in our earlier show, but don't worry, don't fear, we've got it back again for you. It is the Weekend Super Saver. We've had to switch it up a little bit, but plot twist, you're still getting great value, which is amazing. So you've got a £70 saving here, or £82.60 is what you save. The cardstock and the lanterns alone are worth £30. So essentially you're in the rest of this for free, and they are all items from our Nature's Garden amazing collection, which is brilliant. So you're going to get these in here. You're also then going to get some stamps and dies from our Farmhouse collection, so popular that one, and a lovely big sentiment from the Farmhouse collection as well. Then you've also got this awesome wax seal kit, which is brilliant. And you will get the border die there from your Be Beautiful. And you've also then got your Harvest Festival in there too. More stamps and dies, this time from that Autumn Blessing selection. Right, £30, $40. The other thing that I've got to tell you about, of course, as well, the other thing I need to tell you about is that amazing Spend More, Save More, which is brilliant. And that's running all weekend. So you can see here, you'll get £10 off when you spend 50, or dollars, of course, 20 off when you spend 100, or 30 off when you spend 150. Which is a pretty tremendous deal, isn't it? You do need to enter the individual codes over on the website, but you can use them as much as you like. So that means that you'll be able to fill your boots. Lots of you tuning in and saying hello already. Now, of course, these craft alongs, it works in the same way it always does. Craig will take regular breaks. Breaks. I will do. Craig will take regular breaks, and we will, of course, he'll recap anything that you missed. If you do miss anything completely, then don't worry, you can message me. Get in touch in all the normal ways. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. So if you want to get over there, loads of you tuning in and saying hello already. So we've got hi Joe and Craig, we've got Sam, Alison's here as well. Lily's in, Craig as well from Edinburgh. She looks like it's about to rain, which means the garden gets watered. That's another job off the list, and I can keep crafting.
Well, that was the good Saturday I chose to go last week, wasn't it? That glorious sunshine.
You did pick the weather just well. If you don't yet own these cute characters, they are available to you now. You can order them, you can get them home, and you'll be able to come back and watch this craft along anytime that you like, which is fantastic. I can hear them again now, Craig. They're back.
Yeah, yes. You hear the voices. They're coming and
going.
We
lost them, didn't we? We lost them for... I lost them anyway.
I didn't lose them.
I did, for about the last sort of 8 minutes, actually.
You're good. That's professionalism.
We're back now. Right then, are we going to go over to Craig and get cracked on?
I believe so. I believe we are indeed. Rightio, let's do it. So what we're going to do is let's start off right at the beginning, of course. And that is, of course, with the stamping, with the characters. So let's go in with our multi-purpose card. Now I'm going to cut this to 8 by 8. So if I extend the arm and popping it up right up to the 8 by 8, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut that on both sides. So we've got our panel. Now, by doing it this way, this is where it's going to enable you to create this big frame, but without having to use something like the Pro. So we're now going to go in with our ruler, and we're going to go in just with a pencil here. Now, of course, our rulers, we don't have inches on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down just to the corner, and then, just so we can see, I've done a little pencil mark at that 1 inch all the way around. So I'm doing that all the way around. And we're wanting to do pencil mark at each inch all the way around. So that what we're going to do in a moment is we're going to join them up. Of course, if your ruler does have an inch on the ruler, then follow that. So if I move this back in here, so what I'm going to do now is extend these lines lightly with my pencil, and this is what's going to give us that 1 inch frame all the way around. So if I go in and just join these ones up. I'm not going too heavy-handed because we are going to come along with the eraser shortly and rub these ones out. This is what's going to be the outer frame, but the characters are going to be on this inside panel. So what we're left with is a 1-inch frame all the way round. So that was just at each corner, went in at an inch, pencil mark, and then joined them all up together. And then we can go in with our stamps. So we are going to do our die cutting first, but what I want to do is I want to position them so I get a really good idea as to where they're going. So let's start off with the elephant and the hippo. So let's go with the elephant here, and then with the hippo here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the bottom of the characters underneath, just underneath the pencil line that I've already done. Don't be too concerned about getting them in the right place, because we will then use the die just shortly to line them up as well. But what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to go in and I'm wanting to at least get most of them into position. So let's go in with my zebra, which will go with the zebra standing up. And then we're going to go in with our, let's go in with our giraffe here. So that one's sitting. And I'm just working my way around. We're going to re-line them up in a moment, but we want to get them into the line. So let's go in with the hippo, and then let's go in with the elephant.
We didn't get many animal facts in our earlier show, Craig. So I was
No, we didn't actually, did
maybe
we?
slightly disappointed. Any kooky animal facts, get them into us. We'd love to hear them.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Some fun ones. Some fun and interesting ones. There's bound to be some weird and wonderful facts about the animals out there. But lining them up.
Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards. There you go. That's Jamie's top fact. That's a pretty good fact.
That is a good fact, isn't it? That's a really good one. So,
a crocodile can what? Can't stick its tongue out.
Okay. That's a new one to me. Never heard that one before. That's a good one. It's a really good one.
My friend, I don't know why this is reminding me of this, but I'm going to tell you anyway, Craig. My friend Jason, his dad's mouth is so small that he has to eat with a teaspoon.
Really? Okay.
I know. Tiny little mouth. With a teaspoon. Can't get a dessert spoon in there.
Needs to be a teaspoon.
Yeah.
Well, the things you find out, the things you find out. So what I've done there is I've gone in and positioned them kind of where I want them, making sure that they don't overlap, of course. But then, before I fully commit to them, we're going to pop the die into place, because what we need to make sure as well is that the dies don't overlap. So I'm going to then position them one by one, and then now that I know where I want them, what I'm going to do is do the base of the animal onto that line, and I'm going to do I'm going to do them all together, but I'm going to do one edge at a time, and then we're going to tape them down into place. So I'm going to go in, and what I'm doing is I'm going to pop my tape onto this inner panel, because this inner panel is actually what's going to be the waist. So now that I've secured that one, what I can do is I can turn that one around, and then we're going to go in with the die set that matches these. So that one, and then that one. So I like to do it in sections so that I know that we're not crossing over. I'm getting my spacing quite right, but we can go in with this one, tape this one on, right along. So whether you've got your long edge or the die actually just ends blunt, these are sitting right up against that pencil line. And then if we bring this one in here, so let's pop that one on, and we can come in with this set now. So I'm going to go back in with my elephant and my hippo. So that one can go into here, and then that one can go into here. You might want to space a couple of them out a little bit further. You might want to have them closer together. You might want to change the characters, which you absolutely can do. That's completely up to you. But we're going with these ones here. So again, taping them down, and let's go in with this one. So is it that one? There we go. let's go in there, and then let's go into there. So pop that one on to position, and then let's pop that one on. So I've now had a visual aid as to where the stamps will go, and now I've got the die in the place of where I need them to go. And then that is them all positioned into place. So that was our multi-purpose cardstock cut to 8 by 8 inches. Then we've drawn a pencil line at 1 inch all the way around, and we've just drawn that together with our pencil. And then what we've done is we've gone and we've lined up all of our characters. We've popped our stamp in place first so we can get a visual as to where the stamp's going to go, and then we've gone in with the die over the stamped layout first so that we know that we're not going to cross over on any of the die positions. And then all that we need to do is run this one through our Gemini, and then this will then die cut, which will then take us to kind of like the next key part. So I don't know if there's any comments to that. So once this comes out, we'll go for a break. Anyone needs to catch up, because I know obviously the layering, the positioning, the stamp and the dies might take a few moments or two, but I'll let you see what it looks like once it's cut, and then I'll not do anything else until you come back to me. But all of these will all have been die cut now, and the only thing that's still in play is the characters. I'm not worried about if it's taken any of the fibre off the layers here, because that's all going to be waste. So we can take these ones off. But this means we've now got the outline of our characters. They're in position onto our pencil line. That'll get rubbed out shortly.
We should do a little quiz to see if we can name all the characters without the stamps on, Craig. Some of them are quite easy to see, some of them not so much.
Some are, some aren't, aren't they? Yeah, could have a game. You could do. But then when we come back just shortly, the next bit, what we'll do is use our craft knife, and we'll take out all these little inner elements.
Sounds good. Any questions you've got, then get them into us. Lots of you still tuning in saying hello. Eileen is in Puerto Rico. Hi, Eileen. Mary says hi from Minnesota as well. Shadiah is here saying good morning, Prince Joe, Craig and everyone. Kimberly says good morning everyone from sunny North Carolina, and Barbara says hi from Buffalo, New York. Now, I remember we also have those cartload deals that are running throughout the week, or throughout the weekend I should say, that we shared with you during our cartload on Thursday. We had a few gremlins in the system. The good news is we've extended those deals for you so you can grab them all weekend, which is brilliant. And we're going to share a few of those with you now. So let's start with the flip markers. Now these are just brilliant. We love these here at Crafters TV, and you guys love them too. So they're called flip markers. Now let me show you the packaging first. So this is what they look like. This is how they come to you. And the reason we call them the flip markers is because you basically flip the colour. So what you'll see is when you catch them in the light a certain way, they look one colour, but then when they catch the light, they completely change. They're almost like mother of pearl. So you've got the cosmic wonder and the natural world in here. Look at the colour on those, absolutely beautiful. So they're what you're paying for, and then you're getting for free the outline markers. Now, the outline markers are, they're just like magic. Apparently it's all to do with surface tension. I'm not very good with chemistry or biology. That shows you how good I am. I don't know what it's called. Chemistry. But what happens is you colour with these. Can you see you've got the silver in the middle, but then to the outside it pushes the colour to the outside. So it gives you an outline, which is brilliant. So you've got that one there. Some vibes. Absolutely beautiful. And again, you can see there that you've got the colour to the outside. Buy the flip markers, get the outline markers free of charge, which is brilliant. Right, we are also going to share with you, let's share with you these tape pens. You guys absolutely love these. The thing is with these, they've been out of stock for a really long time. Now you're going to get four of our tape pens in here. The wonderful thing about them is that they are for your intricate die cutting. So whereas your regular extra strong tape pen is brilliant, but of course if you've got little holes and stuff in your work, you're going to be able to see the glue through them. With these you don't. You only get the dots, those glue dots, where you need them. So brilliant for your creative cards and any of those dies where you've got lots of intricate detail in there. And it's a buy three, get one free. 4 for 3, that's what I was trying to say, Craig. So do snap those up, $14.97 or $20.85. And then the other one, this was Sarah's pick of her cartload the other night. It is the amazing Centura Pearl. Now, what you've got in here is paper and cardstock. So you've got a variation in the weight. It also means you've got lots of different options there. So that's your paper weight here. I mean, it is so gloriously shiny. You can see how amazing that lovely gold is. And then you've got 20 sheets of your cardstock, so 310 GSM. Then you've also got 20 sheets of your paper in the silver, and you will get your 20 sheets of cardstock there in the double-sided silver, double-sided paper, double-sided cardstock as well. $11.99 or $16.99 gets you one. I don't want you to buy that because it's buy one get one half price. Because as you can see there, 2 of these, £18 or $25. So make sure you're grabbing a couple of them, and then you're going to get the best value. The price per sheet is amazing there on those, so definitely stock up on them. I will remind you as well, if you're looking at this craft, and I'm thinking, gosh, I really would love to be able to give this a go, you will need the cute characters in order to do it, and I'm going to share with you exactly what you can go for. We are repeating the launch offer, which is amazing, so you're still getting that great value. You're still getting a full set of these as well, and in here you're going to get Positively Perfect, Some Bunny Special, this one's Reach for the Sky, you've got an Elephantastic Day, Pride and Joy, Just Because, You Make Me Happy, Nuts About You, and then you've also got Utterly Amazing in there too. $48.93 or $62.95 is your price there on those. Right, no questions, Craig, in the comments, which is a great sign. So I think everyone's ready to press on if you are.
Let's do it. Right, so let's go in with our ruler and our craft knife here. And then what we're going to do is, excluding the bases of each of the characters, we're going to cut in between all these sections. We're going to cut all the way along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and start at this side. So I'm going to then follow from this point here down to that point, and then we're going to go in between the two characters, and then we're going to finish it off down to the base. So I'm just lining my ruler up. Use the glass mat if you so wish, but your ruler will be absolutely fine. And then I always like to use my craft knife lightly and then a few times. And then we're going to go back into that middle bit there, and then we're going to cut that one out, and then we're going to come down from the base, from the edge of the hippo down to that last score line here. So I'm just making sure that it's cut. If it needs to go in just a little bit more, we can go in there, finishing it off all the way down, and then that then starts to give us one edge coming all the way around, so it starts to give us a frame. We're going to keep going all the way around. You might have a V-blade trimmer you might want to do this with, which of course you can do, but your craft knife or a V-blade trimmer. This is when they come in. This is actually a good point to point out, where sometimes, Joe, and I think we both had this question on the show not that long ago, someone had asked, is it worthwhile getting a V-blade paper trimmer? And it is. I've always got one on me as well. So of course I'm doing this with my craft knife and my ruler. A V-blade trimmer enables you to do exactly what I'm doing now, because you can't do this with a guillotine, because you can't get that blade into certain areas.
We don't do V-blade trimmer, do we?
We don't, no. No, unfortunately we don't. So it is always beneficial, whether it is a craft knife and ruler or a V-blade paper trimmer, you'll always find use for it when it comes to cards or projects such as these ones here, when you're wanting to cut into selective parts. But then we're just carrying on all the way around. So if we cut all the way around, and if you're not quite on the pencil line, I wouldn't worry about it, because you can either, of course, rub the lines out, no one's going to see them, or if you are really fussy like me, go in with your scissors. It'll be easier to go in by that point and then trim along the pencil line. But after you've done each section, I always like to make sure that they're all cut before I move on to the next. So enhance that one there, and then down into here. So there's that one, and then we'll work our way in into this last one. So if I then pop that one from one edge down, so just go in, I'm going to go into this one here, and then work our way down to that last corner, and then we're going to pop those bits out, release them if they need a little bit more pressure. So we can go into that corner, to that one, pull down. So you're in control when you're using your craft knife. And then hopefully that
amazing.
will give you your aperture. So if I bring in the green card that we're going to use just shortly, that's giving you the aperture with the characters that are facing on the inside. And then what I'm going to do just now, before we go in and we start to do our stamping and colouring, just going to take our eraser, we're just going to rub away these pencil lines, take them away. And that's why I've done them quite light, so that we're not left with any harsh lines. Following all the way along. And then what you can also do, and I'm going to do it just in a second, any little bits where the characters and the cardstock meets. If you find you've got a little rough edge, what you can do is go in with your scissors, whether it's your large scissors, small scissors, or back in with your craft knife, and then nick them away. So we're going to do that, so just a couple of little bits. But take our eraser, taking all this excess bits. We are going to infill this frame anyway with some pattern paper, so don't worry too much, but I want to get most of that pencil line away so we're not seeing it. And then it just means we've got that pretty funky aperture of the characters in the middle. Let's take my small scissors. Let's put that back, so that was better for you to see there. So all that I'm doing, where I've got these little rough edges there, I'm just going to neaten them up with my scissors here, trim my way along into there, because sometimes your eye is just off by a millimetre or so where the edge of the die meets and your craft knife starts. So just neaten it up. I think that's pretty much it, which it is. We can stamp that, cut that, and then we are ready to do our stamping.
Amazing. Linny says, random animal fact for you, Craig.
Yes.
There are 1 million ants for every human on the planet. Don't know if that number is exact. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. I wouldn't fancy taking on 1 million ants, would you?
Oh no, no, no.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Definitely not. They don't bother me, but the look of loads of them together, you know. Don't like. I'm not good with creepy crawlies and that anyway.
No. I would never. My mum always loved to stay in a ground floor room when we were on holiday. She loved a ground floor room. Not for me. No, no, no. No, the higher you go, the further the creepy crawlies have to crawl to get to you, don't they?
That's true.
Yes.
That's very true.
There's always geckos and all sorts of things running about in our rooms on holiday as a kid.
No, no. Definitely higher up. Plus you get a better view. Higher up you go.
Of course.
That's what it's all about. You want the views of the town or wherever you are. Maybe you're on safari and seeing the animals going about. You want that view. Here we go. So stamping that one out. So all of that I've gone in with that one there is I'm doing them individually, but if you wanted to, this would fit onto your stamping platform, and then you can line them all up together, then stamp them in a winner. But we are going to work our way round. So I'm using my Noir Black alcohol proof ink pad. So we're giving it a good coat. So if I come in, we're working our way round. And this is where, if you wanted to, if unlike me, you prefer to do everything at once, what you can do is do your line, do your pencil line, and then I would rub away just underneath the characters, stamp it, and then come along with your craft knife and then cut out your aperture. Whereas you know what I'm like, I prefer to get all the cutting and that done first, and then I'll do the stamping. So let's go in with our tiger now. So going to go in. You might want to change the ink pad that you're using as well. You know, you might want to do watercolour and do a little bit of watercolouring, which would look quite nice. But I am just doing it onto our multi-purpose. So I'm going to press that one in. You can have real fun with these ones as well, Joe, you know, depending on what characters you're going to use.
Yeah, they're just really fun as well, aren't they?
They are.
They are really super cute. So you can use these on lots of different things. And if you're going for these today, remember you can go back and watch that full launch day back as well, which has got loads and loads of inspiration on there. You'll find that over on the website. It's a 2-hour show launching these. And the great thing is, Craig, I guess they are editable, aren't they, essentially? But there's loads of different concepts I'd imagine you could take these into. I've got a concept suite, actually. I'll take you through that in a little while.
Yeah, that would be good to show that, because they're so versatile. Sometimes at home, people will think, but you've not got the full die. You've got part of an outside die that limits what I can do. In actual fact, it's the opposite. It's what I say about our creator card dies. I love it when we get the die that cuts into the card, and then giving us that outline die separate, it actually gives us more options. It makes it more versatile. And this is what kind of like an edgeable die with these characters does. It gives you more choice. By not just cutting it out as standard, you can go into the edges and apertures, etc., etc. But all that we need to do is we're carrying on, nothing different from the other ones. Working our way in. I would suggest, or for me anyway, I would recommend that for myself, I find the stamping platform easier. You can, of course, use the rocker blocks, hence why I popped them on the list. However, you might find it a little bit more difficult just to line up, get it in that right position. Try it and see, but it is an option. Let's go in with the last two. So we're going in with our giraffe. No, we're not. We're going in with our zebra. We're going into our giraffe in a moment. So lining it up. So we're going to go in. So now think of your, oh gosh, maybe what, two and a bit years ago we'd done the peekaboo characters.
Yeah, I love those. They were so cute, weren't they?
They were, yeah. So think about getting them back out now and starting to incorporate them with these characters. Or the things that you see with these characters, start to use and do with your peekaboo characters. You can do that. I think that's clearly, thank you, Charlotte. No, you're right, it's not the right stamp. Here we go. Here we are. There's another zebra that I was needing. So let's go in with our zebra there. There we go. Just stamping this one up. That was meant to originally be the giraffe, but hey-ho, let's go with it.
Have we got a zebra giraffe, a giraffe zebra?
So, no, we've just got two zebras together.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we've got two zebras together.
They'll keep each other company.
They are, yeah. See, this was the zebra die that I used. I'll bring that to the side of this map. That was the one that I used for that one. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't even that. That's a giraffe. I'm telling Porky's here, Joe. I'm having a giraffe here.
You're having a giraffe.
So, there we go. So that was the one that I've used with the giraffe. And this...
Zebra.
This was the one that I used for the zebra. What I meant to use was that one there, which was going to be for the giraffe. So kind of the same shape. That's how I've got mixed up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It just means that we've got two zebras at the side.
Have you moved over David Attenborough? Craig's in the house.
Oh yeah, me and my animals. I know lots about them. Not. Although you would think that I would know the difference between a giraffe and a zebra. They look completely different.
I don't know.
One's
They
got
look a
bigger.
little bit similar, don't they?
Well, there we go. So we've
Brilliant.
now got to that point where we've created our 8x8 frame with the 1-inch aperture frame all the way around. We've die cut our characters, we've stamped our characters within our alcohol-proof ink pad, and then I don't know, you want a little break?
I
and
think
then
that'd
let
be a
anyone
nice
catch
time,
up.
wouldn't it?
and
That's
then
how
we
I
can
take a
come
look.
back
Great.
in
Any
colour.
questions you've got? Anything that was missed there? Then, of course, let me know in the comments. Crafty TV on Facebook, Crafts Companion over on YouTube. I just want to show you some of the different ideas that you can create using these particular dies, because there's loads of different styles of card that are possible with these. Let me share some of them with you. So this one here, wonderful little easel card there. Brilliant for things like your shaker cards too. These are quite a cool idea here as well, using them just with a little loose item on there too. So having your sort of removable elements, cutting them into apertures is another great way to do that, as you can see there. I call that a handbag card. I don't know what that is, Craig, do you? Has that got a name?
It's a tentfold something.
A tentfold something card. Brilliant also for double Z folds, really wonderful there. This one here is your just sort of a tentfold with some acetate there. Stepper cards work brilliantly. That's quite a cool idea as well, just putting a little extra little panel on with them on the front. Of course you could decorate that separately to the background of your card. A little dome front card there. A little, just a left fold, but a half front. Wonderful on things like tags. I do love a tags, and these will be brilliant for that. Great for things like bookmarks too. And this is cool as well, just a tentfold, just with those little cute characters on the top of there. And of course your boxes, they are going to work wonderfully for as well. So there's loads you can do with them, which means I think you'll get lots of versatility from them. Should we go and see how our lovely guests are getting along? Let's pop ourselves across firstly to Michigan and check in on Gilmore. Gilmore, how is it going so far?
It's going.
It's going. Right, okay. Are you managing to keep up so far?
Yeah, I made mental notes.
Okay, excellent. Right, I don't think I'm going to distract Gilmore too long. She's very busy there over in Michigan. Let's drop in on Michelle and see how Michelle's getting on down in Cornwall.
Hi Joe, yeah, I've just finished the stamping.
Perfect.
And it's okay, I'm just trying to see if it's all lined up. It's not perfect.
Oh, that's
but I've got a backup plan, a plan B.
Brilliant. Right, I'm also not going to distract you for too long as well, Michelle, then, whilst you finish that off. So if anyone needs anything recapped or answered, then you know what to do. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. You can drop into the comments there and do let me know. Right. Brilliant. Those nesting dice. Oh gosh, these have been so busy since we featured these the other day. So let me take you through. Let me show you some of these samples because they are absolutely amazing. You can see here the kind of level of detail that you're able to get on them. Look at how amazing they are. They make the most gorgeous cards. So these are a few of the ideas that you can create with them. Let me show you what you're going to get including them for your pennies. You have got lots of different designs here. Whilst a lot of them are different shapes, they will still work together. You can use the centre panel as a topper on one of the different backgrounds. You've got the Argenta here. This one here is the Bronte. Then you've got the Catania. This one here is the Turin that you're looking at. You've also got Bergamo. Then this one is your Amalfi. We've also got the square one there, which is the Vicenza, and the Milan, and also the Verona in there too. This is your best ever price on these, so definitely snap them up. $96.68 or $112.16. You can of course use your Club Inspire discount, as all of you will be. Make sure as well when you're over on the website that you're logged in, because if you're logged in, the price you see will be the price you pay. It calculates all of your discounts for you, and don't forget to use that code. Remember, there's a spend more, save more. So if you spend 50, you save 10. Spend 100, you save 20. Spend 150, you will save 30. Details for that over on the website. Right, we're going to take a really quick break and allow you a moment to get yourself caught up. So whilst you do that, here's one of our fantastic quick buys.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Achieve crisp, precise, and perfect die cutting results every time with the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim. The idea behind the plastic shim is that it creates a thicker plate combination, offering an even more precise die cutting result with each pass. Simply pop a plastic shim between your cutting plates and then roll through your Gemini die cutting machine and voila! An amazing precise cut every time. Plastic shims work really well with detailed or thin metal dies. So if intricate cutting is your thing, then the Gemini Accessories Plastic Shim is your best friend.
Quick Buy, get yours now. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash.
Make light work of intricate and delicate die-cutting designs with the Pokey Tool from Crafter's Companion. An absolute essential part of any paper crafter's kit, its precise tip has been designed to release the tiniest pieces to reveal your finished results with absolute precision. And to make sure your finished project is perfect, each Pokey Tool has a rubber tip protector, so there's no risk of damaging your die-cutting design or yourself. The Crafter's Companion Pokey Tool is such an essential craft item, we've included 2 in each set.
Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours. I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing. Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
We do create every single day here on Crafters TV, 3 times a day mostly, which is rather joyous, isn't it?
Not just habit we create.
No, sometimes even cards as well.
Unless Fisher's in the building.
Yes, absolutely, then it is just pandemonium. Right, let me take you back through these then. It is, of course, your cute character stamps. You can go for these today and then come back and watch this craft along back anytime you like. That one's positively perfect. You've got Somebody Special. This here is your Reach for the Sky. Then you've got an Elephantastic Day, Pride and Joy, just because you make me happy, Nuts About You, and Utterly Amazing, 48.93 or 62.95 if you want to get your hands on these. Right, no real questions coming in, Craig, which is a brilliant sign. So I think we are ready to crack on if you are.
Let's do it. Do you know what that beaver reminds me of?
What, the which one, sorry?
The beaver.
The beaver. I don't know,
Yeah.
what does the beaver remind you of?
The character in Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, you were saying this earlier, I didn't get the reference.
Yeah, I was saying it earlier on and no one could remember. Becky did eventually remember. You know when that horrible ant put the muzzle on Lady and then she goes on the run and she goes into the zoo.
I need to watch it. I haven't seen it in so long.
I've not seen it for a while, but it's my favourite Disney film ever.
Now, this sounds silly. I
No.
get 101 Dalmatians and Lady and the Tramp confused. As in, because I start thinking about the storyline of Lady and the Tramp,
Yeah.
and then I start remembering the storyline, and then actually, when I remember it, I'm like, no, that's the story for 101 Dalmatians.
About Lady and
I don't
Tramp,
get
you don't.
Dalmatians and Lady and the Tramps confused.
Yeah, Clue is definitely in both the titles. You've got Lady and the Tramp, and then
Well,
you've
I'm
got
glad this is a safe space for
101
me to, you know.
Dalmatians.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I get them confused.
But
I need to go
but-
back and watch maybe all the classic Disneys back again.
Yeah. Do you know what?
They're all on Disney Plus, aren't they?
Yeah. Do you know what I didn't realise as well? Don't worry, we are getting back to that one as well. But I didn't realise up until yesterday that they are on Disney Plus. They're doing a prequel to Buzz Lightyear and about how Buzz Lightyear got from where he was originally up to Toy Story. That looks pretty good.
Wow.
That looks really, really quite
They are,
good.
Warner Brothers are also exploring the idea of how they can do more with the Harry Potter.
That doesn't surprise me.
More with Harry Potter for HBO Max
Right,
or
yeah.
the streaming service. They're looking at maybe doing, you know, something later, Harry later in life or earlier in life. They're not sure what yet.
And the other thing that I found out, and I was really ecstatic about, even though there's been like 4 films, I really enjoy the Santa Claus films, you know, with Tim Allen. So they've done, they've done 4 of them, whereas this year, because it's been a long time since the last one, what they're doing is they're doing a series this Christmas with Tim Allen and a lot of the original cast.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
That'd be really
good.
Really, really good.
Just thought it was things that I found out yesterday. It just seemed to be one of those days where I was finding things out. Anyway, let's go back to what we're here for, and that's colouring and, well, crafting. And that's what we're doing now. So what I've done within my finished samples, I used our tri-blend pens. Now I've come here, a couple of hours I've gone walkabouts, so a couple of my pens are going to be a tri-blend brush. Doesn't matter, it's the same colours anyway. So let's say tri-blend pens in total, the colours I'm using are burnt orange blend, pale pink blend, gold brown blend, red brown blend, ice grey blend, brown grey blend,
Nice.
antique pink blend, gold yellow blend, tan blend, and aqua blue blend. So that's all the ones that I'm using. As I say, ignore the fact a couple of them are a tri-blend brush. It's the same colour I would be using from the tri-blend pens. It's just these two colours I've gone walkabout, so I need to use the brush markers. So what I'm going to do is let's go in with our elephants here. So in actual fact, I'm going to start with the tiger here. And when it comes to the tiger, I'm going to use our burnt orange blend, and I'm going to go in with the pale pink blend. So these two are actually the two that I'm using for our tiger. So let's go in. And these are, although at first you might think, well, gosh, that's 2, 4, 6, 8 characters. They don't take overly long to colour in. And what I've done with my finished sample, I didn't spend lots and lots of time shading, Joe, and that's because a lot of these have got shading lines already there for you.
Perfect.
So you can absolutely get away with maybe just going in with the one-tone blend. You know, if you wanted to come in with the 2 or even the 3, you can do. Or you might just want to do the 1. And that is the good thing with the tri-blends. And yes, you've got your 3 colour families, but if you only want to use the 1, you absolutely can do. But we're just laying it down. We're going to go in. I'm going to work my way all the way around. Actually, I'm just going to colour in all the feet here. Get in that colour. Getting it in. So I'm going to go in with the head as well. So I'm going to go in with all of the light tone first. Now usually what I would then do is then go in and then do section by section. As many of us will tell you, section by section, go in and then do your blending or that. Because they're relatively small, what I'm going to do is I am just going to go in all in a winner. And then I'm going to nip into the darker tones. And what I'm doing is I'm going to go round the back. And I'm only going to go in with a few selective highlight areas because I don't want to spend too long on each character. Because I know we'll have the craft a long time, but believe you me, as you all know at home, it flies in. So go in and let's blend that out. Blending it all out as we would do. Not put too much of a dark highlight because we've already got that dark highlight in there. So carrying on, working our way in, blending it out over the head. With the light, let's go in with a little bit here and a little bit here. And then just go in and continue to blend that out once more with the characters. And these are nice by being able to colour them in with just the 1 pen. If you want to go in with lots of other shade pens and that, by all means you absolutely can do. If you want to go in with your colour blend pencils, you absolutely can do. But carrying on, building up that colour, I'm going to leave the top of the tail and the mouth white, and then I'm going to go into the pale pink blend. I'm going to go in with the ear, so that's just the light tone, into the ear, into the nose, that we can see here. And then what I will do, and I'll do this section by section, instead of going in with ice grey 2, I'm going to go in with the aqua blue blend and the lightest blend, and I'm going to go round that outside edge. So that edge that's already got that cutting edge, you know by now, if you watch me, I always go round with the ice grey 2 as I say, but what I'm doing instead is going in with the light tone, which is the aqua blue. makes it a bit more, it highlights it that little bit more. So going all the way around the feet, all the way around the bottom, and then at least that's one of them done. Relatively quick, relatively simple, and it's just enabling you to start simple, build up with the blend if you want to. It's not essential, but that option is there. And then all that I need to do is go in with my gold brown, so gold brown blend. This is now going to be for the lion. Gold brown blend. I'm going to go red brown blend and back to the pale pink blend. So we can go in now with the tiger. So with the tiger, I'm just going to go in with, let's have a play here, deciding, there we go. So with the tiger and the body and the face, what I'm going to do is I'm not actually going to go in with the darker tone. I'm actually going to go in with the mid-tone only. So let's go in with that light, as we would usually do, into the body. So we're going to go in with the body. I'm going to go under the belly as well, because that can be a little bit lighter in a moment. Going in, colouring in. And I'm going to use some of these accent stamp lines as well to follow. So let's go in. Nice squeaky pen here.
When I first started using this, I didn't used to get the squeak, Craig. I think I wasn't pressing hard enough. I think I was a bit worried about damaging them, but they're very robust, aren't they?
Very robust. Very, very robust. Some will say out there, no, obviously I'm not a professional colourist, but not just going by what Leanne's said, who is. I have done my own kind of like homework and research and that. Some will say out there, if alcohol pens squeak, you're doing something wrong. But if you really look into it and you really start to get behind the layering of alcohol pens onto cardstock and to do with the fibres and that, it is actually a good thing. It is something that you do want to hear. So, you know, you can only go by what I'm saying, of course, but if you do look into it, if you do your own research, you will find that it is a good thing. It's something that you do actually want to hear. It just means it's getting into the fibres of the card, sort of priming it, so to speak, within that lighter layer. And then it means then you're going to get a lovely blend. You're going to get that lovely flow from colour to colour. But instead of going in with the darker tone, all that I'm doing is the light and that mid-tone. I'm going to blend that out briefly. Let's go back into that mid-tone. I'm going to go round, just round into here. I'm going to go back and add a little bit more. Because always remember, you can always go back and add more depth. Once you've blended it in, it doesn't mean that you can't go back. You absolutely can do. I'm going to go in. I'm not going to blend that in because I've already got a nice coverage of alcohol pen. So that's going to continue to evaporate slightly. That one I am blending out. And then I'm going to go in. I'm just going to blend that bit out. It's a little bit too harsh there and then there. But that will evaporate in a moment. You can already start to see the depth from around the body, around the legs. And then I can go in with my mane. So the other thing I do tend to do, is you can see what I'm doing here, is having a scribble. So it has been a few days since I prepped this, so I'm just reminding myself of how the colour is once it's wet. So I'm going to go in now with that light tone. I'm going to go round the mane.
I guess that's pretty good practice, really, isn't it? Because the amount of times you put something down and then think, oh, actually, that's darker than I remember, or maybe I wouldn't have used that.
Yeah, it happens. And that's how 9 times... You don't always see me doing this live on air, but if I am at home, that is something that I do tend to do a lot. Even although, you know, I remember the colours that I've used. I've got my notes at the side of me in case I needed them. They're there. It's just a little bit of a comfort. Something about the comfort is having that little palette there, scribble onto, just so that you know that it is the right one. You've not picked the wrong one up. You've gone in, and before you know it, you've done a pink mane, and you have to go and do this whole bit again. So it's always worthwhile doing. But going to go in with the darker tones. So some of the characters you'll see me using the 3-tone blend. Some of the characters, for instance this lion, I'm only doing a 2-tone blend. And then we can go in with the nose, and go in with the ear. I'm going to go back to the red-brown blend and work my way around, and I'm going to go back into the gold-brown blend and go light, and that's all that I'm going to do for the tiger. Let's bring in that aqua blue blend again and go all the way around. You can go around the characters all at the end if you want, but you know what, you're just as well doing it once you colour each character, so it just means then, and you come at the end and you think, yes, I'm finished, and you go, oh gosh, I've got to go and draw around the characters. And then there's two of our characters done. Next ones are going to be relatively straightforward because these are more of your grey tones. So I think if I've done these two, if I do these two just now, Joe, and then what do you think? A little break, let anyone catch up with this section, and then we'll finish off, because these will be relatively straightforward as well.
Okie doke.
So let's go in with our elephant. So it would be the tri-blend pens, as I say, but I'm going to use the tri-blend brush instead, because this is the one that's gone walkabout, and pale pink. So this is the two that I'm going to use for the elephants, and then for the hippo, I'm going to use the grey-brown blend and a little bit of antique pink. So that's the 4 I'm going to use for these ones. So if I use them, and really, really simple and straightforward with the elephant, all that I'm doing, Joe, is I'm going to go on with that lighter tone over the full elephant, going completely over. Even this little bit of the ear, where I would then come along and add some pink, I'm going to go over, I'm going to lay down that lighter tone completely over the elephant. And I want to then really give a good prime of layer. So let's colour that in, work our way around, get that base layer into here, all the way up. We can then, of course, go into that darker tone. And because I'm using my brush for this one, I am going in very, very lightly when it comes to the highlights. But then our mid-tone will blend it out into here, very, very lightly. Nothing overly complicated. I'm kind of dabbing really at this to here. And then I'm just going to blend them ones out, really starting to pull it out so we can get that highlight. Always remembering, if you want to go in and add more, you absolutely can do. There we go. And it's nice when you start to see it coming together, Joe.
Funny when you put the darker on, sometimes you think, oh gosh, that's too much.
You do,
It
don't
really
you?
build it up and start to blend it out, and it really all comes together. Good morning from Oysterville, Washington, says Dacia.
morning.
A great day at the beach. I bet there's plenty of oysters in Oysterville. You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
You would have
How do you feel
hoped
about
so.
oysters, Craig?
I've never tried them.
Never tried one?
No. And as much as I always say I would try anything, these are one of those that I'm kind of like,
I love them.
Don't know if I want to try them.
Yeah, with a little bit of shallot vinegar on there. Yes, please. Yummalicious. Becky, how do you feel about them?
I like them grilled with cream and parmesan.
She likes them grilled with cream and parmesan.
With chopsticks?
Ooh. Sorry?
Chopsticks?
Chopsticks, yeah. In the gallery, how do we feel about oysters? Oh, my talkback's gone again. There you go. How do we feel about oysters in the gallery? What? So, have you tried them, Jamie? Once.
Once.
You tried them. Once was enough. And Charlotte? Never tried them. Would you give them a go? Brilliant. Maybe I'll come in and shuck a few tomorrow, you know.
Maybe.
Bring half a dozen in.
Maybe.
Shucking oysters is what they call it, isn't it? When they open them up.
It is.
I love them. With a little glass of fizz. Delicious.
They're just, you know, we can all probably know my train of thought, the direction I'm going down by what they look like, and I just don't fancy them in my mouth.
Sorry?
You know, we can all, you know my immaturity sometimes, so we can all know the train of thought of what I think they look like.
What do they look like?
Just not nice.
Oh, okay.
Like big, you know your glue gel, your Collal all-purpose, you know when you start to then swirl it into a little circle and it comes into that big, you know, that's what it reminds me of.
Oh, it reminds you of Collal 3D glue gel.
A booger.
A booger. You trying to say they look like bogies? I don't think they do.
I do.
I don't think so. I think people just make that connection because they're a bit slimy. They are nice. They've got a... They taste of the sea, is the way to describe it.
Are they really
yeah,
salty?
if you like mussels, I think you'd like them.
I've never tried mussels either.
Delicious.
I'm not a big
delicious.
seafood fan though.
Do you eat fish?
Haddock, cod.
Buttered.
Or battered, or
Yeah.
I prefer breaded,
Breaded.
but I do like it on its own as well.
Amazing.
Yeah. Just not a big fan of seafood at all.
I'll give anything a go twice.
I'd never say never, you know, never say never. I do always say, other than tripe, I would try anything. So never say never. Maybe one day when I'm abroad.
Oh, no, don't wait till you go abroad. We have some of the best oysters in the world here.
We do in Scotland.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best seafood in the world. So I'm told.
My part of the world, Maldon and Essex, have lots of great oysters there as well.
Yeah, lots
How
of
did
good
we get
stuff.
onto oysters? Not sure.
Yeah, oh no, yeah, I don't know actually.
Who knows? Dragon325 says, Craig, how do you like to store your stamp and die sets? Do you leave them in the cardboard sleeve or transfer them?
I leave them in the cardboard sleeve. What I will say, and it's personal preference, we've got our storage binders, which our storage binders, and I can tell you this because I do have a couple, are incredible quality. However, for my stamp and dies, I do not like storing my stamp and dies in any sort of binder. Some of you will have seen it on my Facebook pages and that. I keep them in their original packaging so I know what ones are in which place. I've got all the information that I need, the title. Yes, you can write on the back and that, I know that, but I just prefer to have everything. I love having the inspiration. I love having step-by-steps if needed. That's just my personal preference.
Right.
Yes, of course, as you can imagine, working here, it does take up a lot of room. But I'm not a fan of binders and the fact of you can't keep all the information together. But you can do, absolutely you can do. Because our stamp and die binders have got the magnetic shim on one side and then you've got your kind of like your plastic sheet on the back for your stamp. So they are good to store them in that way. It's just a personal preference that I don't. So here we go.
Michelle wants to know what colour you used around the outside there.
So I used the same ones as the other characters. It was still aqua blue blend, so the light one, AB1. So I'll be doing that for all of them. So hopefully that helps.
Christine Mahoney wants to know if it's too early to have a birthday drink. It's 10 a.m, but it's noon or later somewhere. Well, it's 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. here, Christine.
Never too early.
Becky's usually had a drink by 10 a.m. most days. I'm joking. She hasn't really. I'm winding you up. She's just sat on the sofa opposite me.
And it's never too early, is it? Certainly when it's your birthday.
Oh, if it's your birthday, all bets are off.
Yes.
Leonore says, I want these animal dies. They're so cute and they'd be perfect for my 6-year-old grandson and 4-year-old granddaughter. I would love a cute little animal card.
That's the thing though, isn't it? It's one of those that kids are just going to absolutely adore these. But they are, don't get me wrong, they are cutesy, which a lot of adults would love as well. They've got that fun feel to them. You know, imagine you making one of these from your grandson or granddaughter to the granddad or the uncle or something like that. They're going to appreciate that, the age range that have made it. Of course they're going to love it. So go for it. So that one there was grey-brown blend and antique pink blend. And then I'm just going to go into the cheeks with pale pink blend. So I'm going to go into the cheeks there, and then into the ear. And then I'm going to leave kind of like the paws of the hippo white. And then once again, let's go in with our aqua blue blend. So we're going to work our way around. So taking that. What it does as well is it gives you a nice faux matte layer. If you want to leave it white, absolutely, you do that. It gives you that extra faux matte layer, the highlight, does dull down slightly once it's evaporated. But then, if I bring that to the opposite side, there's 4 of them that we've done so far. So pretty much the colours we've used for that one, we'll come back and do the same for them too. And then our zebras will be relatively quite straightforward as well.
Absolutely blooming marvellous. Right, we'll take a quick break there then. Give you a chance to get caught up. We're going to look at the gnomes. Should we go summer or should we go Christmas? Where should we go first?
Christmas.
Christmas?
Christmas, Christmas.
Summer? Christmas?
So our gnomes, will we go summer or will we go Christmas?
Are we going summer or are we going Christmas first?
Guys in the gallery?
Anyone? We're going to go summer first.
Summer.
Brilliant.
Summertime with the gnomes.
Summertime with the gnomes, yeah.
Are indeed.
Excellent. Right, let's share this with you then. So we've got here your paper pad firstly. Now the brilliant thing is you've got all of those amazing card panels in here and these are fantastic because these are very easily going to become either card fronts, great for box frames, home decor. You've then got all of your wonderful papers in here as well, so you can see all of those, which is brilliant. Really lovely, vibrant, uplifting colour palette. We have then got the caravan. I absolutely love this.
The caravan of love.
Stand up, stand up, stand up. We should start the Crafters TV house band, Craig.
Yeah, you see, that song I just remembered, you know the comedy in the UK, The Royal Family?
Yes.
One of the specials.
Yeah, that's definitely what it
reminds
reminds me of as too. You've got the accessories in here. You've also got your sentiments there. Then you've got the gnome boy, Dave, as we affectionately have nicknamed him here
Dave.
at Crafters TV. And the great thing is you get the stamps, you get the dies in there, and you've then got all your different stencils too, which is brilliant. And then you have got your gnome girl, and again, exactly the same setup here. And you will get that scene included, so the gnome scene, which gives you that embossing folder, and then you've also got your 2 different stencils in there to create something awesome. $66.99, $82.85 if you want to get your hands on that. We do have the Christmas gnomes as well, which are these ones over here. So in the Christmas set, now the 2 will work beautifully together. You've got a great saving on this Christmas set. So let me take you through. What you've got in here is you've got the luxury cardstock in this one here. So you can see the details there on your screen. $26.91, $35.03 to get a hold of these. And that's a really great deal, 40% off. I believe that is. So you can see there all your different card stocks. Then you've got this one, your Gnome Village. You will also receive the Kissing Gate. Sounds like something that happened, doesn't it? Like, you know, a scandal, Kissing Gate.
Kissing Gate.
Then you've also got
Kissing
the Gnome...
Gate, Crafters TV.
Oh, wow. And the Gnome Home. I hope I wasn't involved. Then you've got the Gnome Child here as well. And that's going to work really well with the other summer gnomes too. And you've got your Gnome Snow Scene there as well. 21.53 or 28.02 if you want to get a hold of those as a platinum member. Right then, let's cross back to Michigan, shall we, and see how the lovely Gilmore is getting on. Is it going any better than it was going last time, Gilmore?
Yes.
It is!
Hey.
I've started to color some of them.
Ah, adorable. They're super cute, aren't they, Gilmore?
Super cute.
They're adorable and they're so fun to color because they're small.
Yeah.
So you can color them pretty quickly.
Excellent. Right, I'm not going to distract you too long. Let's then also pop across to the lovely Michelle and see how Michelle's getting on. How's it going, Michelle?
Hi, Joe. Yeah, I'm, I don't know if you can see.
Lovely.
Hello,
Love
Stan.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that great.
Looking absolutely
so
gorgeous.
I'm kind of trying to figure out the blending illustrator because my grey is really dark. So if Craig can just give me some guidance on that, that'll be really good.
Amazing. I reckon he can, of course.
Absolutely. So, Michelle, it was the grey that you were wanting, was it? The illustrator?
Yeah, I've got the ice grey and it's coming out quite dark, so I'm trying to lift it a little bit.
Okie doke. So is that the only shade of the illustrator that you've got when it comes to the grey?
In the grey tones, yeah, that's the only one I've got.
Right. Have you got any light blues?
Yeah, I've
Icy
got
blue.
the tri-blend, the aqua blue blend.
What you could do is so the one that we've been using for the outline, what you could do is once you've gone over with that lighter tone of the grey, go over with the aqua blue blend. That's going to create a little bit extra lift because that's going to be a colour layer on top of the other, so that should darken it
Brilliant.
more. So give that a
Great,
shot.
thanks. Thanks, Craig.
No problem.
Amazing. Right, we'll drop back in on Michelle really soon then. In that case, Lily says, yay, you show the gnomes and they arrive at my door. So Joe, can you now please show Gerard Butler? Let's see if he shows up as well. I don't think we can show Gerard Butler. I'm afraid that's not possible. Dragon2325 says, I put the little sheep on a gift box for my mum for Mother's Day. She's a knitter and she absolutely loved it. I can imagine she did. There's no real questions, Craig, which is brilliant. Always a great sign
It is.
when we do these craft along. So if you're ready, I think everyone else is.
Yeah, let's do it. Rightio. So let's go back into our elephant and our giraffe. No, we're not. Elephant and hippo. We'll get there with our animals. So let's go in with the elephant. So exactly the same as before. What I'm going to do within this one here is let's go in with my light tone. So I would be using my tri-blend. I'm using my tri-blend brush instead. Not that it matters because it's the same colour of Ice Grey 2. It is Ice Grey 2. Just want to double check. So let's go in and start to put the bases of this colour down. So let's go in, and then all that I'm doing, layering that colour up. I'm not going to go right into the, is it paws of an elephant, or what would you call it on the elephant? Hoofs? Feet?
Paws.
Paws. I would have said paws.
Get your filthy paws off my silky drawers. Do you remember that? What was that from?
What was that from?
Grease. I love that one. Used to watch that every day with my brother in the holidays. We went for about 4 VHSs.
I've
We
never
watched
seen
it
it.
so much.
Never seen it, Grease.
You've never seen it?
Can I tell you as well, the abuse I got from my friends the other night on my own Instagram, because I put a picture that I was going to sit down and watch Top Gun, because I'd never watched it before. Oh my God, my friends, the abuse that I got. Still never watched it all because I was up early to travel to Hobbymaker the next day. So that's my plan for either tonight or tomorrow night. Sit down once I've finished, got in from work from here, sit and watch Top Gun, because I've heard it's good and I've heard good things about the new one. Yeah.
The new one does look good.
So
the
yeah.
theme tune for the new one is incredible.
Is it?
Lady Gaga sings it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Still as good as Spaceman. Spaceman.
Up there,
Up
Craig.
there.
Spaceman, in true style of the UK Eurovision, it was on course to be the UK's #1 single this week, and came second.
Did it?
Yeah, again.
Again.
The song Spaceman was released on the 22nd of the 2nd, 22. He performed 22nd in the grand final, came second at Eurovision, and was #2 on the top 40. All the twos.
Can you really pay attention to the music charts nowadays?
Only because I thought it would be the first time that a UK Eurovision entry has been a #1 single since 1996.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, I was keeping an eye on it this week, and it looked on course to do it, and then failed at the last hurdle.
Who got to #1?
Harry Styles. Again, but I mean, he's had weeks there. I mean, come on, move it along, Harry. Let someone else have a go. But his new album's out as well. It came out this week, I believe. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard it yet, but...
Who, Harry?
Sorry?
Who, Harry?
Harry Styles, yeah.
Yeah, it's not sure he's a nice guy. He's not my sort of music, but... sure
What's
he's a
your
nice
sort
guy.
of music?
Oh, we all know.
Other than Celine Dion?
Yeah, no, it's most... It's either pop or, big ballads.
Like the Venga Boys, that sort of stuff.
Funny you saying that, actually. The other day, in the car, I had 90s hits on, because I've been playing 80s hits a lot lately, and I thought, I'm going to put the 90s hits on. That was really... Although I was born in the 80s, it's the 90s that I remember. My gosh, some of the songs I totally forgot about. Cheese Fest, that's for sure. So cheesy, nothing like the 80s.
This morning in the car, I was listening to Tony Blackburn with the sound of the 60s, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah?
It was brilliant. I love a bit of 60s music, yeah.
It's, I should go back and listen to...
Kind of like the Beach Boys, all that
earlier.
sort of stuff. I had the windows down in the car, driving through Darlington City Centre, doing a bit of, driver's seat dancing, so I was going, I was having a lovely time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's been me as of late with the 80s. But I thought, let's put on a bit of 90s instead. But yeah, we all know by now I'm the big ballad songs that I like, the big voices.
Google says, according to Rhonda, elephants' feet are not hooves, nor are they paws or claws. They don't have any specific name. They're just feet.
They're just feet. Oh,
I think they deserve a special name, don't you?
I do.
Let's make one up.
Let's make it up. What could it be? Elephant.
Anchors. Elephant anchors.
Yeah. Elephant stumps.
Stumps, yeah.
Oh, I like stumps. Well,
Yes,
they're like
Charlotte.
great big
Any
stumps.
better suggestions, Charlotte?
Well, don't diss my suggestions then, Charlotte, if you've not got better ones for yourself.
They do look like stumps, though, because they are
do.
completely flat, aren't they?
They do, yeah. Yeah, they do. Stumps. Yeah, we're going. Oh, hippos could be stumps as well, couldn't they? I would love to go on safari. See the animals in their natural habitat. Have you ever been?
To where, sorry?
Safari.
Safari, Craig. I went to, when I was in South Africa, there is a huge national park which you can drive to. It's a lot like a safari, but you drive yourself around. Okay. Which is really quite cool. You're not allowed to get out of the car. It's not like a sort of, so this park is obviously, it's 15 miles long by 25 miles wide, and it's natural habitat, I think. Yeah. But anyway, you drive around, and I saw zebras, lots of elephants, lots of buffalo. There are rhino there as well. Saw lots of baby elephants. I think it was the right time. Lots of little baby elephants in a watering hole. Very good.
Closest I'd been was when I was in Florida, Animal Kingdom. The closest to a natural habitat.
I think it was so long ago that I went to it wasn't long after Animal Kingdom had opened that I went. It was a year after, I think. So I was about 13, maybe. So oh gosh, a long time ago. 22 years ago, yeah. So I can't really remember it too well. I remember a big talking tree.
Yeah. Or the tree of life, anyway.
That'd be the one, yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie, our producer, has been to Whipsnade. It's closest he's got to safari.
Never heard of that before.
Whipsnade is like a safari park or a zoo, isn't it? Not far from Essex.
Okay.
Doesn't like to go too far from Essex.
Yeah.
Did you take your passport with you, Jamie?
Here we go. So I've done, what one did I just do? There we go. So we've just done these ones here. So we went in with the hippo and the giraffe. So I coloured them in the same way as the other ones. And then hippo and giraffe, no it's not. Elephant and hippo. We'll get my animals right. And then we're going to go in with the last two of the zebras. So all that I need for this one is my ice grey blend. And then we're going to use my pale pink just for a few little highlights within the ears. But what I'm going to do with this one, Joe, is I'm going to draw over the black lines for the zebra. So I'm just drawing over them, following them, and that's all that I'm doing. I'm doing that with the lightest tone, not adding any extra depth of colour from the other shades. I'm just going to go into here, round the ears, and even just round the face. That's all that I'm doing. I'm going to colour in the full of the mouth. I am actually going to go in with the mid-tone within the mouth there and blend that out slightly. But that's all that I'm doing with the zebra. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the zebras here as well. So I'm just going to colour over the stripes of the zebra.
I don't know if I'd like a safari, Craig, because you have to get up very, very early, don't you?
You do, yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning.
to see them.
And then I think there's a lot of driving and a lot of sitting and waiting. And I think I'd get a little bit bored.
You get bored for that?
I think I would, yeah. Even when we went and drove around the safari park, we sort of sat there for 20 minutes waiting for this baby elephant to come along, and even then I was getting a bit twitchy.
You were like, elephant, come on, hurry up.
Whipsonade is in Bedfordshire. I'm pretty sure Debbie Fisher went there recently with her grandchildren.
I believe she did, didn't she? Yeah.
You go to those sort of places then, the monkeys pull your aerial off, don't they? Nightmare.
They can be little terrors.
I went to Longleat.
Becky's been to Longleat.
My mind I went to Longleat and the monkeys put off, I think it was 2 tons worth of rubber off cars every year.
Oh gosh.
Huge. So you don't want to go in your own car.
No, you'd have to make sure you had your beaten up old car, wouldn't you? I wouldn't be taking my car through there. Sure,
No,
you
I
could just get on a
wouldn't.
little bus or something instead.
There were little cars that could go around. You could drive around, and then they were the vehicles that the keepers used.
Yeah.
And so the animals would actually come up to the vehicles, like the giraffes.
She was, Becky was saying that they pull off tons of rubber every year, the monkeys. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't want to take my own car, but she said, no, you can get in a keeper's vehicle. There you are.
Yeah,
they have lots of
definitely.
lovely concerts at Longleat as well these days.
Is there?
Yeah, they have lots of concerts. Obviously, where I really want to go is the Eden Project. Just
That would be
generally,
good.
I've never been to the Eden Project, but they have the Eden Sessions at the Eden Project now as well, which are concerts that are hosted at the Eden Project. I think what a great place to go.
Uh-huh. That would be good to see, actually. That would be really good. Be interesting to see. But then, there we go. So there is our 8 characters that we've done now. We've coloured them all in.
They look
using
gorgeous,
our
Craig.
tri-blend pens. I think maybe give you a little bit of time to catch up before we can start to go into our mats and layers, and then we can start to combine this and make it into our frame.
Amazing. Right. If we go to the Eden Project, we need to go and stay with Michelle because she said she's just up the. Well, she said she didn't say we could stay with her. She said we could go and see her.
See her.
Which is brilliant. I bet they have. I'd imagine they have good ice cream at the Eden Project. So why not? Let's get it planned. I went. Was it last year, Craig, or the year before? I went down south. I think it was the year before. I'd love to go back. It's so gorgeous down there. It really is. Let's have a little look at these stained glass windows. Again, this is another deal from our Sarah cartload that we looked at earlier. In the week. So you've got 4 different designs in here, which is fantastic. Here's the details. 1858. Look at the saving. Or 22.44 saves you £43 or $52. You've got the Kingfisher. You've also got this one, which is your windmill window. And then you've got the land and sea window. And you've then got all the single lilies, put your hands up. Is that one there? 1858, 22.44 if you want to get your hands on that. Carol says, I worked at the San Diego Zoo. It was fabulous working there. Got to just see all the beautiful animals every day. Never a dull day. I worked Skyride and the miniature train. Love the zoo. Put it on your list to visit. I do like a zoo, but sometimes they make me a bit sad. Do you know my favourite place to go in the whole? One of my favourite places to go in the whole of the UK is Monkey World. If you've never been, Becky's been. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So it's a monkey rehabilitation centre or a sanctuary, Craig. So they rescue them from all around the world and they just bring them to Monkeyland just to live out their days in this beautiful, massive resort.
That's nice.
Blooming glorious, and they're all so old and they pick at each other. It's cute. It's in Dorset. It's not far from Poole. We should go, Charlotte. Brilliant. I mean, it's about 11 million hours in the car from this part of the world, but we'll get there. It's fine. We'll take Becky's helicopter. We'll be all right. I'm going to give you a quick break whilst you get caught up. Let's share with you some of the fun stuff we get up to here at Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours. I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing. Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafter's Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy. All your crafting must-haves in a flash.
What are you shouting for, Charlotte? Right.
The mics were going live.
I know. Right, shall we move on? Let's have another look at these amazing, cute character snaps. Charlotte is lovely. I know she can, I know she shouts a lot during the shows. She can be a little bit, short with us, Craig, but she's a really lovely, lovely girl.
I've never heard her shout.
Sorry?
I don't even think her voice goes to that level of shouting.
No, it doesn't. I asked her to speak up yesterday.
She
said she couldn't physically do it. She just can't speak any louder than she speaks.
No.
Somebody special is this one just here. Then you got Reach for Sky, An Elephantastic Day, Pride and Joy, Elephants and... No, they're not elephants, are they? Lions and tigers.
And bears.
Just Because, You Make Me Happy, Nuts About You, and utterly... Oh, what happened there? I nearly choked on my own hot air. Utterly Amazing. Right, 48.93, 62.95 if you want to get your hands on those. Are going to go back to Craigle Bagel.
Rightio. So we're going to go into a bit of mount board now, or the back of your packaging when it comes to your 12 by 12 card. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this one down to 10 by 10. 10 by 10 that was.
10 by Ben? 10 by Ben? What's 10 by Ben?
10 by 10. And all that I'm going to do is to make it even easier for myself. It will go through the guillotine, but seeing as we have got our craft knife, what we're going to do is we're going to just do a pencil line at 2 inches all the way round. And it won't matter if you see any bits onto the back, any wording, anything like this, because we're going to cover it up. But as it works out, I can hide it. So let's take all of this down and then join these ones up. So as I say, it will go through your guillotine, but I am going to use my craft knife and we're going to join that full line so that we can discard that part. And certainly when it comes to craft card or mount board, so to speak, you want to do it a few times. You want to do it lightly and quite a few times. So we're going to keep going through it till we get to the base, and then we'll go over just about there to finish that off. Alternatively, you could go in with your scissors if you want to. That's always an option. So let's do this line as well. So now start to think about keeping a hold of your back panels from your paper pads and your cardstocks, because you could be using these. These would be working well with your jigsaw dies as well. So let's take that last bit into here, finish it off. So here we go, we've got our bit all good to go. So that's it now at 10 by 10. What we're going to do now is we're going to go in with a piece of our red texture cardstock. We're going to cut this one down to 10 by 10 as well. So let's bring this one up. I'm just as quick doing this one with the guillotine. Cut to 10 and cut to 10. And then we're going to gut the centre of this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to gut it so it's given us a frame, but the inner part is then going to be used further up into the frame. So let's go in with our pencil and a ruler as well. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in at before where I went in at 1 inch. I'm only going to go in at 3/4 of an inch. This is going to give us our nice frame. The centre isn't actually going to be seen because we'll be doing another mat and layer over the top. So in essence, what we're doing is we're gutting this layer to save on cardstock. And I'm doing that.
Gutted, that was like me on Saturday, Craig.
Gutted.
Yeah.
With number 2. I was thinking about you when...
Did you watch it?
I didn't know because I was travelling back from Edinburgh.
Ah, of course.
But I was thinking about you when... I didn't hear it until the next day, actually. That we were number...
Gilmore would like you to repeat those dimensions if you've got a second, Craig.
Of course I can. We'll join these ones up and I'll go over the last 2 steps once again. So let's go in, join these ones. Is that a bit ski whiff? Is that... oh no, we're fine. These 2 here. So what I've done with our mount board, cut this one to 10 inches by 10 inches, and then with our green texture cardstock, cut it at 10 by 10. And then what I've done is I've gone in at 3/4 of an inch at each corner. So all the way around, I've gone in at 3/4 of an inch and joined those lines up. So similar to right at the start with the characters, instead of it being 1 inch, it's 3/4. And then what I'm going to do is we're just going to gut this whole cardstock out the centre. And as I say, this middle part isn't going to be seen because we're going to overlay it. And it means this middle part we can be using elsewhere towards the end of the demo or craft along. So we're just joining these ones up into here. We're going to rub out the lines that we've got. So joining these, I think we're going to have to get a new blade for our craft knife soon. So let's go in. So we'll work our way around, finishing it off into corner to corner. This is another one of the occasions, if you've got one of your larger V-blade trimmers, that would work a treat. Last bits, we're going to go in. When you're using your craft knife as well, a lot of people have a tendency of going in, dip straight into the point, but you want to keep it a little bit of an angle, so you're actually catching that whole blade of the craft knife. If you go in with the point, you're just going to snap it off, and then you're going to end up wasting your blade.
Oh, we don't want a loosey-goosey craft knife, do we?
You don't. You definitely do not.
Not at all.
I'm just going to finish that off with my scissors there. So let's take these ones. So I can set that to the side for now. What we're then going to do is I'm going to come in with my banana leaf paper, and we're going to cut this one to 9 3/4 to 9 3/4. So let's go up to 9 3/4, turn it around, and we're cutting to 9 3/4. At this point, with this one, what we can do is let's go in with our water reactive, either jet black, noir black, whichever one that you wish to use. I'm just grabbing a blending pad here, and we're going to add a little bit extra depth round the side here. Not too much, just enough to create that shadow all the way around. Instead of going in with a black cardstock matting layer, this will lift it from our base. So we can go in, work our way around. If you want to do maybe anthracite or something like that, you can do, but this one is the jet black, or noir black will do the same. So it's subtle, but brings in that other dimension of a frame. So into all the way around. So let's, just one last time, let's go in with our mount board, which was 10 inches by 10 inches. Our green texture card, was 10 inches by 10 inches, and I've come in at 3/4 of an inch and got that centre out. All that I need to do, I'm going to do it on the flip, so that'll be fine. And then our pattern paper, we cut to 9 3/4 by 9 3/4 and went round with our jet black. And then what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to go in with our tacky glue. And I would highly, highly recommend tacky glue for something like this. So it's really going to dry into the fibres of that mount board. So what I'm doing is I'm going straight from the large container, although you can go in with your little applicator if you want. But what I want to do, Joe, is I want to make sure that I really am getting my glue right to the edge. Don't want to oversaturate it, but I want to at least make sure I'm getting some to that outer edge so that the glue will spread, it'll be even, and then it will soak into the mount board. So let's go in all the way along. Let's add that. Come back into our layer. And this is what I mean by, if you did have any stickers or anything on the back, don't worry about it because you're not going to see it. So we can then overlay that direct, pop that in, get it squared up where you need it to go. We can press that one in. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with our pattern paper that we went in with the jet black. And what I'm doing again is I'm going right round the edges. So we're going to work our way up all the way to each corner. So I want to make sure that's got it. And then we're going to go all the way back to back, making sure that we've got nice coverage. I'm going to pop it this way. So if I sit that one into there, tacky glue, it gives us that manoeuvrability. So we can pop that one in to here, take this one, take that one into here, press it in, give it a good press, rub it as well, just to get that glue to spread out. So we can take that one, spread it all the way out, all the way press. And then that is now the basis of our frames. That is the base layer already done. So I can set that one to the side. And then this time, these ones, remember, from Violet Studio, the Tropical Collection. For this one, what we can then do is we can come along and we're going to cut this to 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. We're not going to do any inking or anything like that because this is actually going to be a backdrop. So you're not going to see any of the edges of this pattern paper. All that we're going to do is come back in and let's just press that down, making sure that it's fully adhered to. We're going to use our tacky glue again. And this really is going to dry into all of the layers. But this is something that you're potentially going to hang up. Going to be, there's not weight to it, there's not a lot of weight to it, but when it's been hanging for a while, you know, you can get that strength build up. So therefore we want to make sure it's adhered to really and then I'm going to go central. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm not going to do my measurements or that. I want to get it as close to the centre as possible. It's more than enough because we'll have excess width at the side that will overlap, so you're not going to see the edges. So let's just press that one down. And then at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to take our either your crocodile or your paper punch or your hole punch, and then we're going to come in, and you can, depending on the positioning of your pattern paper, you can dictate where you want to have your holes. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the back here, and then roughly I'm going to put a little dot 2.5 inches in.
The banana leaf paper, Craig, that is from a Violet Studios collection, isn't it?
This is all from Violet Studio, the Tropical Collection.
All from Violet Studios,
Yeah.
Tropical. That was what Samantha was asking in the comments.
It is indeed. It is indeed. Apart from the green texture card, but yeah, all the pattern layers that I'm using just now are all from the Tropical Collection.
Amazing.
So I've put that onto the back just so that you can see, and then all that I'm going to do with the whole part, we don't have anything like a crocodile or that, but I'm going to take the back off, and hopefully this is going to fit into this one. Clearly not. There we go. We need to Typical, I've got a punch that isn't working. So we can go to plan B if I can't get this one to work. There we go. Let's take that one. So they're not going to go down. So let's go into plan B. So before we do that, let's go in just quickly once again. So the mount board and the green cardstock was 10 by 10, and I've got out the centre of our green cardstock 9 3/4 of an inch, or sorry, 3/4 of an inch. Then when it comes to our pattern layer, this is our banana leaf. I cut to 9 by 3/4 and inked the edges with our jet black water reactive ink. And then with this patterned layer here, what we've done is we cut to 7 3/4 and just went in and layered into the centre.
Glorious.
Going into the back. Sorry, Joe, I was just a way to say there. Seeing as I don't have a paper punch, I'm just going to use my pokey tool to poke a hole. But if you've got your hole punch or your crocodile, something like that, you'll be able to come along and use that instead.
Amazing. Any other questions? Any questions you've got, get them into me, Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafts Companion on YouTube. I don't know if you'll have time to send your pictures in before the end of this show, so I think what we'll do is, Craig, we will ask people to send them in for us during that later craft house with myself and Craig, so do send them in then. Don't forget you've got that buy more, save more as well. So spend 50, save 10, spend 100, save 20, save 100, and spend 150, save 30, and the details are on the corner of your screen right there.
Right, so now we're taking our green layer. So this was our layer that we'd got out from the centre. So because I've used my craft knife, what I'm doing is I'm just trimming off a couple of millimetres to make it nice and smooth. So that's me trim these. So what I can then do is I can go in and cut this to 8 1/4. So if I do 8 1/4 and then 8 1/4, let's just line that one up there. So this is going to give us my perfect matten layer. And then what we're going to do again is we're going to gut out the centre. So this is all measurement wise done, so it's going to fit the frame. So once again, with this one here, we're now going to go in at 1 1/4. So let me get my pencil line all marked up so that we can then show you on the screen here. So it's 1 1/4 with this one. I'm using my glass mat. So we can join these ones up with my pencil and adding these ones in to the side. Keep going all the way around. And what you'll find is if I bring in my characters in a moment, it's all sized perfectly. So then what I've got is I've got a green matten layer on the outside, and I'll have a green matten layer on the inside. So it's pulling out these two outer layers and inner layers together. But what we can do with this one is we can keep this one very simple and gut this whole square out. We don't need to do any, like cherry picking of sections. We're just working our way all the way around. So let's take that one into here. And then in a moment, we'll have one last layer to gut to finish it off. But let's bring that one in. So finishing that one off, poking them bits out, work our way around. There we go, flip that one over. So I've got my nice clean edge. So we've got that one. So that was, as I said there, that is 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then I've come in at 1 1/4 inch and got out the centre. Now you'll be able to see what I mean by it gives me my perfect frame.
Oh, that looks really
Green
cool, Craig.
frame.
Love the inner and outer mats and layers. That's really cool.
It works, doesn't it? Yeah.
It works so well.
Yeah, I know this one, it's not often I do a craft along that's measurement heavy, but I just feel it works really well. And this is one of those, if you've got huge big nesting dies at home from other companies, you can do this with your Pro, no problem at all. But not everyone has those nesting dies. Not everyone has the Pro. So it was a way to show you that, yes, if you just sit down with measurements, and we'll post these online so that you can go back and refer to them, that you can create something big and substantial like this, but not necessarily have to have big tools to do it with. So let's go in, and then we can then press this one, pressing that in, and then if I briefly bring this in for a second, you'll see that you're not seeing the outer edge of that pattern paper because that covers it up. But what it does is you've got that nice backdrop right at the back. So I can set that to the side for a moment, and let's get our last layer and our last gut done. So if we come in with this one, so our pink layer, I'm calling it the pink layer here, what I'm going to do is cut this one to 7 3/4, and then I'm going to go 7 3/4 here, and then for the centre, just move that one out of the way. Let's go in at 1/2 inch. So I'm actually going to do it on the back, so I don't need to rub out the the pencil line. So I'm going in 3/4 of an inch. No, I'm not. Tell a lie. I'm going in at 1/2 inch. So similar to exactly what we've been doing all along, working my way around, going in with the pencil mark at 1/2 inch this time. So let's do our mark, doing our mark, join them up. So it's harder, slightly harder to see on this pattern paper, but let's just bring it up there. Let's go in corner to corner. And what this is going to do is this is going to give us our frame for all around the animals. So let's take that one. Let's move that. So it's 7 3/4 by 7 3/4, and then I've gone in at 1/2 inch with this one. So we can then work our way round, got the centre out. So some of these ones with the pattern paper, you might find it easier going in with your scissors, which you can do. But let's go in. Don't need to go in as many times with it being lighter paper. What we can do is just do it a couple of times. And let's go in with this one. And my finished project that I done, I did go around the edges with the jet black again. I'm not going to do it for this one because I know we're running out of time. So I want to at least get the project finished. So let's take that one out. Let's go in, take away those little pencil lines, neaten it up if you want to. I'm happy with this one. And if I bring this back in, what you'll see now is that is going to perfectly fit the inner layer that you can see here. So let's pop that one on with our glue once again. And this layer we're actually going to lift on foam pads. So let's just quickly work our way around with the glue. And you've got complete creative play with a style like this. It could be smaller, you could go larger if you wanted to, more animals, less animals.
Don't forget as well, myself and Craig, we'll be back with you later, won't we, Craig? For
we will indeed.
2-hour show, 6 p.m. here in the UK, which is 1 p.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. West Coast. We've got an awesome craft house featuring cards for younger members of the family, I think, Craig, is fair to say, isn't it?
Yeah, for the kiddies.
So I've got gift tags on there, left fold alphabet, some pop-outs, Lee Holland. There's absolutely loads of some great Violet Studios items as well. Make sure you join myself and Craig for that a little bit later. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So there is our 2 panels now. So before I start to assemble it, let's go in with some of my ribbon. You can use whichever one. You've maybe got some left over from your craft boxes. So I'm just going to pull one end through and tie a knot. I'm going to do a double knot. And then to the other end, pop that one through. Now I'm not going to add my stamp sentiment because I'm not going to have time for that bit, but you can do that once you're finishing up, or you might change yours anyway. So let's go in, tie. Maybe even if you have some twine left over, or organza ribbon, or something like that, jute or something, that'd be quite cool. Into the back, keeping it with that jungle feel. But there's our hanging aspect. Let's go in with this one. Let's add I'm going to add foam pads for this one. So the actual frame itself will stay in place, and it's the photo. My photo, I've just used some sticky tack to hold it into place, so it means then I can come along with other photos and change them if I want. And the other thing that I've done is made sure that my foam pads are only on the outside. If you add some foam pads onto your characters, you're going to restrict the size of the photo that you can pop underneath, because it's going to stop you from getting that photo in. But taking these ones off, let's work our way round, peeling them, add in. Do you know what I just thought as well? I never thought when making it, this would make an incredible huge shaker as well. That would make a really smart one. But we're going to overlay that one onto there.
Could resize it as a shaker and just use one or two.
Of course you could. Well? Absolutely, of course you could, no problem at all. And then let's take another quick photo. I did intend to do one with the dogs or something like that, but pop it in. You would mat and layer it if you so wish, but put family member's photo, a picture of the cat or the dog or whichever photo that you want with your sentiment at the top and one at the bottom. It would look like that. So if I bring that one into view here, that we can see there.
Brilliant.
And then that is how it would be, just with the sentiment and with a mat and layer on the photo you choose to use.
Excellent. Really love how those papers all work together there in that collection. I think they're very, very clever. If you want to go for these now, if you're looking at it thinking, well, I've got to give it a go now, well, then you can grab your stamps and dies today, and then you can watch this back any time you wish. So this one here is your Positively Perfect. You've then got the Sun Bunny Special, Reach for the Sky. You've got an Elephantastic Day, the Pride and Joy. We've also got Just Because, You Make Me Happy, Nuts About You, and we've got Utterly Amazing there as well. $48.93 or $62.95 is your price there on those ones. Right then, let's drop back in on our lovely crafters and see what's going on. Gilmore, how is it going?
It's going all right. I just have to glue everything together.
Oh, fab.
And then border it with this. I used the Garden of Love. I didn't have the
It looks amazing.
studio
Gilmore.
paper.
It really does.
It looks incredible. Have you enjoyed crafting along with us today?
It's a lot of fun. And, you know, I like the complexity of cutting all the pieces up. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you. We'd love it if you'd send us in a picture as well when that's done, Gilmore, so we can have a little look at it later. That would be most fabulous. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and have a wonderful weekend, Gilmore. I can't wait to see you again soon.
You too. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Let's see how Michelle's getting on as well. How's it coming along, Michelle?
Hi, yeah, I've gone slightly different, so that's my background
Nice.
and my frame.
I love the silver.
And then those are my characters. I'm going to frame it with some more mirror card, and I'm actually going to use this for something. Yeah. So I've forgot to do all the other bits on there. So it was good.
It looks amazing, Michelle. Michelle, can I say it's been such a pleasure to have you crafting along with us today. It was so lovely to meet you.
Thanks, Joe. And thank you, Craig.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we'll see you again really soon. Enjoy the rest of the weekend down there in gorgeous Cornwall as well, won't you? Don't eat too many fish and chips.
I'll enjoy the oysters, Joe, for you.
Oh, amazing. I thank you. I live vicariously through you, Michelle. Take care. Have a great day. Right, let's go and recap then. We're going to do the papers first. Let's have a look at these. These were from that amazing cartload show that we had. We've got a few of these left now. What you're getting, there's something about the metallic on the paper makes it even more shiny. You're going to get 20 sheets of the paper, double-sided, 20 sheets of the double-sided card, and 20 sheets of the double-sided silver paper, 20 sheets of the double-sided silver cardstock. $11.99 or $16.99. Any two of these, though, £18 or $25, which is wonderful. So make sure you are stocking up on those. We are going to also share with you the garden gnomes, which are these ones just here. So you can see just how fabulous these are, which is brilliant. So you've got all those wonderful card fronts there, and then all of those gorgeous papers in there too, which is glorious. Glorious. I don't know what glorious means to you. You've then got the caravan in here. You're going to get the swing. You've got the accessories, all of your sentiments in there, as well as your gnome boy, which is your stamps, your dies and your stencils, and the same there for the girl. And you're also going to get the scene there as well, which is the embossing folder and the 2 stencils also. So absolutely awesome, those. I need to remind you, don't forget about spend more, save more. Spend 50, save 10, spend 100, save 20, spend 150, save 30. All the details are there on your screen. How is it, Craig? Nearly, it's coming up to 12 years this year. I've worked in shopping TV. We're not far away now, and I still occasionally
Go at the other side.
I mean, I don't think we're ever going to learn it. Do you? Do you still do it?
Oh, I still do it a lot.
And the other one I do is if something's upside, say if something's like that on the side, I never actually know which way it is to turn it up the right way.
No.
It's just one of those things, isn't it? Don't forget then, we'll be back with you 6 p.m. here in the UK, 1 p.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. West Coast, that amazing Craft House.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Going to be a whole lot of fun, isn't it?
It will be, yeah. Lots
Brilliant.
of things coming up.
Well, it's going to be fun. So we're going to go off and have our dinner. Cup of tea,
indeed.
maybe.
There's nothing much on a Saturday night nowadays. Come in and tune in and join us.
Yeah,
Get in the
come back and see us. We promise we'll entertain you, Craig, don't we?
We will. We'll try. We'll try our best. But yeah, whether it's just our random chit chat, but we'll do crafting as well at the same time. We've got a nice selection of things coming up. Nice selection, whether it's stamp or dies or that. But yeah, as Joe was saying, not all about the kiddies, but a lot of kiddie based.
It is indeedly doodly. Don't forget to check out your baskets. Don't forget to come back and join us back here as well in a little while. Don't forget those cartload deals. We are leaving them live all weekend from that Thursday Sara cartload. So make sure you pop over to the website and have a look at those. Make sure as well you head over to the website because it is the season to Gemini as well at the moment on the website. So go over there. There's lots of promotions running. There's a Gemini machine deal of the week every week. This week it's a Gemini Junior, Craig's absolute favourite, with £100 or $100 worth of freebies. Right, dust yourself off. Go do what you need to do. We'll see you back here in 2 hours' time. Take care.
Toodles.